Hey guys, just back with another video. Just wanted to maybe expand on the intro talking about the 10,000 hour rule by Malcolm Gladwell in the book Outliers. That's something that I actually believe in. It is that basically it takes 10,000 hours of practice to master a skill. So it doesn't matter what it is. In the book, he uses a couple of examples. So he uses athletics, he talks about soccer, he talks about hockey, and also he talks about musicianship. He talks about the Beatles and uses the Beatles as an example, but you can relate it to photography or videography. Basically, 10,000 hours of practice is going to allow you to master that skill of photography or videography. So, I mean, it's more than one skill, but there's lighting, there's so many different things to consider. I mean, then you could get into the psychology of photography and creating rapport with people, quickly being able to put people at ease so that they're relaxed when you're taking photos of them. I mean, you could go into all these different areas, but could just talk about just the technical side of it, those technical skills that you need, composition and being able to frame a picture, being able to select which f-stop that you need, all of the different settings that you need to bring lighting into it as well. So now you're lighting your subject, you're not just using daylight, actually using other lights to create a mood, a style. So I mean, there's a lot of different things that you could bring into that. And I think one of the things about the 10,000 hour rule is potentially when it's using skills like athletes, so say for soccer or for hockey or musicianship, is those skills, the game hasn't changed or the rules of the game haven't changed in a long time. And with musicianship, the notes that you're playing on different instruments don't change. With photography, things have changed, different industries. So you've got how technology is affecting the photography industry. You've got technological advancements in camera technology going from DSLRs now to mirrorless. Cinema cameras, you've got memory card technology being able to fit more onto smaller cards. Same is kind of happening with memory for computers. Computers are getting faster. Developments in software is getting better. Even with Photoshop, it's like things that maybe used to take you hours and hours to do, you can kind of now do with the click of one button, which is incredible. I think as photographers and as videographers, we have to understand that we're never going to stop learning, and there's always going to be new skills to learn. There's always going to be new pieces of software that we're going to have to wrap our head around and learn how to use, and technology for cameras is going to continue to keep developing. So we just have to be aware of that, understand that if we don't continue to keep learning, we will at some stage get left behind. And I think that's potentially, maybe that's part of the reason it's taken me so long to really kind of embrace the video side of things. Is for the longest time I just didn't want to deal with it. Just felt like it was too much to kind of learn, or it was going to be too hard, but you just have to dive in. And so I'm glad that I finally have, and I'm starting to learn video editing, just having a lot of fun with it. And it's great. Part of the reason for this channel is just to be able to develop those skills and continue to keep learning and to continue to keep progressing. Also, I guess another part of the reason, I just want to get more comfortable in front of the camera. So as a photographer, generally you're very comfortable behind the camera, you're very comfortable giving other people direction, but when it comes to yourself in front of the camera, I feel like sometimes, not always, but like some people are just naturally better than others, and I know it's definitely something that I need to work on personally, and I just want to practice. Another thing I could kind of see with the 10,000 hour rule, I studied Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu for a number of years, and hopefully I'm going to get back to training after kind of rehabbing an injury. I really kind of see it as the progression from white belt to black belt. There's 10,000 hours of practice involved in getting from a white belt to a black belt. And the thing that actually separates a white belt from a black belt is the knowledge and the skill that you have. And so some people are going to get there faster than other people, and maybe some people have more of a natural ability or just pick it up quicker. There's no shortcuts as far as you have to go through the motions, you have to learn, there's no fast way to do it. It's like you have to put in the time. And I feel like that's the same for photography, for videography. You really just have to put the time in to learn and just have to be committed. And I understand that people have families. Time is the most valuable commodity that we actually have. I fully understand that. I'm not suggesting that you need to ignore your responsibilities or ignore your family. I'm fully aware of that, but I just wanted to to encourage people with this video. There are only a certain amount of hours in a year, and once you take away the amount of time that you're going to be sleeping and eating, you have a set amount of hours. So you can take that amount of hours and then you can decide to put it into what you want to learn and what you want to develop skills in. So that's it. I mean, another big thing that I would say is getting enough sleep cannot be underestimated. And for the longest time, for years and years and years, honestly, I pulling regular all-nighters. I was like just operating on a couple of hours sleep for years and years. And it actually did end up catching up with me. I ended up having a car accident. I fell asleep at the wheel and I had a head-on collision. Luckily, nobody in the other vehicle was injured. I ended up having to go to hospital and ending up having to have surgery on my face. I hit the steering wheel. There wasn't an airbag in the car that I was driving at the time, and so I split my face. You can't really tell, but it's maybe part of the reason why I don't like to shave like really clean shaven, because I do have a scar on my face from that. So I would just say to everybody, I really do like to get 8 hours sleep, and I feel like I operate better when I've had a full night of sleep, a full week of sleep. And you really can't push that envelope of operating on 1 or 2 hours of sleep and pulling all-nighters all the time. That's not sustainable long term. It is going to catch up with you at some stage. It caught up with me, and so now I'm a big proponent of getting enough sleep, and it's going to help you to be sharp and operate at your very best. So just a little video, guys, a little explanation, I guess, about the 10,000 hour rule and what I take from it. And I wanted to be just encouragement to everyone to just get out there, continue to keep learning, continue to keep pushing, continue to keep progressing. So that's pretty much it for now, guys. If you enjoyed this content, I would love for you to like the video, leave a comment. We'd love to hear from you what you're working on at the moment, and stay tuned for the next video.